What's up, everybody? We back. We are back, man. We had some technical difficulties the last week, bro. But we are back, and we appreciate y'all. We getting some viewership. SG, they
nice. Oh yeah. Hey, please keep subscribing and please keep coming back. I don't know if you like what we talk about or not, but you here, so we may as well kind of jump into it there, man. So
absolutely. So yeah, man. How was your week? I know, like I said, last week was crazy, man. I don't know what was going on with that internet, but we were both on that screen like frozen, like
right. That's, couldn't really get into too much last week just because of that. Last week was good. We had, my dad and my sister came down. They got in last Tuesday night about midnight. We were all in just to kind of celebrate my mom and my brother's birthday. They both shared birthdays on the 18th. So,
right.
It was, kind of like what I said. I think it might have been the last cast that we were talking about. October being kind of one of those tougher months or whatever. Just for me, it was it's always nice to be surrounded with family and kind of things like that. So. Stephanie was in town. My dad was in town. My dad loves it because he just, he loves just hanging out with the, with the grandkids and stuff, and they love it when he's in town.
Yeah.
Me and my sister's a bit of a wild card, so we always end up having one of those real fun, long nights, and just so we ended up doing that on Wednesday, which was, it was fun. It was we actually got into, we don't have to talk about today, but we got into, like some of the worst dance scenes in movies and things like that, and we started talking about that. We started watching stuff on YouTube and was just laughing. It was we might have to have an actual discussion about that later. Don't have to be today, but there were some that I forget that I was like, oh wow, that's a lot. That's not as the way that I remembered it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, man, where you think that they're out there and they hitting it and they do, and they're out there and
it ain't it.
They was not doing it, and we were out there dying. So it was, Save the Last Dance and which one? Bring It On 3. Do you ever see Bring It On 3?
Bruh.
The one where the girl was trying to crump, and listen, I'm not gonna get into it, but hey, hey, if you're watching, go to YouTube right now. No, not right now. Matter of fact, wait till the show's over.
Right.
When the show's over, there, go over to YouTube and just type in Bring It On 3 and just crump dance scenes, and
not good.
Man,
that's
an understatement. That is an understatement. Yeah, that was so. Yeah, man. So it was good. Got a chance to hang out with the fam and stuff and everything, which was always good. But dad put Aylin and the kids through some workouts because my dad, he's always about working out and pushing the kids and doing things like that. So that was fun as well there too. And then took him back and then tried to recover after they left about Friday morning at like 3 or 4 in the morning. It was it was.
Y'all don't know, man. If y'all don't know, I'm just telling you right now, Steven's dad, he walk into a room, you better not say nothing to this man. Hey, Mr. Garnett is swole cuz he like Debo. That's my man, 100 grand. He always gonna be on my side. I'm telling you that right now. Dude. He put you in a hurting, boy.
Oh yeah. Oh man, his workouts though back in the day, just stuff that we used to do. Man, it was thinking about it now when I'm trying to get Aylin to do things because he's to that age there where he's starting to understand the importance of the strength training piece when it comes to athletic performance just in a whole. And so he's starting to a little bit more is trying to get more into like the working out, not so much the lifting. He gets mad at me because I won't let him do heavy weights and stuff. He's at that point where kids talk about what can you squat, what can you bench, what can you do, all this stuff that really right now don't matter. What I mean? It doesn't matter at all. So he's fighting a battle on one side, trying to keep up with the guys that can do stuff, and then he's fighting a battle with me when I'm telling him no, you're not going to do that because that's not how we're doing it right now. So it's definitely a dance. It's a balancing act that we got to try to keep going on. But just thinking about just always getting a chance to talk to my dad about things to do with him and stuff. He always just give me just ideas. Remember when we did this? Remember when we did that? I'm like, oh yes, I remember. And then I can feel the cramp in my arm or the legs, or I can want to go home and go lay down because I remember how hard that stuff was and everything. And so it's really cool to kind of just have him want to just give back to Aylin like that as well there too. And Aylin chews it up and eats it up out there too. So that's always fun.
So it's funny you said, because like, so last week, Amari goes to Move Performance. We talked about this. Shout out to my boy Chad and Jackie over at Move Performance, like the best place in the valley to go train, right? So for a long time, I was going there. Like he works out, I work out, right?
Okay.
So I kind of been slacking lately. You know, I was doing my own thing, you know, just relaxing. And last week I decided to go back, and I was like, walked in there like I was The Rock.
Right.
Finally, Commander has returned.
Has come back.
Bro. I was up in there like excited. And so Chad puts me through this workout for like 45 minutes, man. I was doing goblet squats and some other squats and all this other stuff. Bro, you know my legs hurt for like 4 days. I was walking out here like a penguin. Dude, my legs hurt. And so I'm going back today, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get it done. Right. Part of me is worrisome, you know.
I was calling sick, like, hey, listen, bro, just today I don't have it. Like that's it.
I love it though, man. They get me, they keep me in line and keep me in shape. So
it's crazy how sore you can be for a longer stretch the older that you get. You remember when we were in college, we'd go and hit the weight room and hit the workouts and then go straight to, we would hit the weight room and then do the individual workouts, and you play after that. Man, you go to sleep, bounce back like, oh, here we go, do it again, man. Good. I'm telling man, there's certain ones I do sometimes, and I'm sore all week. Matter of fact, my back just right now, just you talking about it, started getting tight. Just hearing you talk about goblet squats, I'm trying to stretch myself out.
It's bad. It's bad. So before we get into stuff, you know, I saw something on your IG page, and I got to address it. You know, we got to talk about this.
On my IG page?
Yeah. So you know, we follow each other and stuff, and then I see this thing with you and all these damn chickens, and so. So, bro, I knew that you had a nice piece of land. My man lives up in Walla Walla. He's got a beautiful property. I need to get up there and visit.
Right.
But I did not know. I knew you had the dungeon, the barn with the gym and all that space for the workout stuff. But this man's got a thing of chickens. So I'm curious. Like, bro, you get the eggs from the chicken?
Oh yeah. Oh no. Hey, they lay some good eggs. Now, I will say this.
All right.
None of those are really mine, and this was not my idea. This was all Lex. Let me just go ahead and put that on her for a second, because she grew up on the farm. Like, that's her thing: chickens, turkeys, ducks, geese. Oh my! Like, I'm surprised we don't have pigs and lambs and goats and stuff like that.
Yeah,
which now that I'm saying it, that it
might happen now.
Right? Exactly. It might happen there later on. No, but she that's how she grew up, was on the farm and stuff, and so. It was kind of a natural fit for it to be here. And I mean, looking at where we're at and stuff, I mean, it just makes sense. Our kids are wild and they're outside running around, getting into shit all the time. It makes sense to have, stuff that 10 years ago or 15 years ago, when I met you in college or whatever, you'd have been like, hey, check this out. By the time I'm 40, I'm going to be living on the land with turkeys and chickens. You're going to be like, man, get the hell out of here. Right. No, I mean, like, that's what it is. I never thought that. I never thought it at all. But but the chickens do lay, and they did a really good job last summer laying, which was nice, because then you don't got to pay for eggs, right? I mean, like, you don't have to pay. So then, and they're laying. I mean, they were laying a dozen, 2 dozen like each day and stuff. So we were getting so many eggs. We had to get rid of some of them because there were so much. And then what happened was, I don't know if it was the living conditions that we had out there, whatever. Them things went on strike and they stopped laying. They just stopped laying, bro, for real. Like, I had to start going back to the store. Like, why am I buying eggs? All these damn chickens over here, y'all ain't trying to lay nothing.
Right.
And then we had some that were laying, but they'd go and they would hide when they go and lay. So what they do is that they hide and lay so they can go and sit on the eggs, and so they can roost. And then 3 or 4 weeks later, all of a sudden we got more chickies that are running around the house or whatever, and it's just
wow. So here's my next question.
Okay.
Do you eat the chicken?
We haven't. I'm hoping that Isla's not listening to this podcast, so if she does, and I'm going to say something different. Like, we haven't tried one of our own yet.
Okay.
But we have given some to to people in the past and things like that. I don't know if she wants to do that or not. I don't think I'd mind it, to be honest with you, right. But I kind of step back and I let her decide if she wants to do that or not. So
I don't know, bro. You don't strike me as a guy that be out there chopping heads off of chickens and stuff.
Oh, no. Hold on. Time out. Whoa. I didn't say I was doing any of that. I was just saying that I would eat it. No, I'm saying I would eat. No, that's no. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not plucking no chickens. We're not going to be beheading nothing. I'm not training. No. Yeah. I am strictly outside in the barn or I'm doing yard work. That's about it. Every now and then, like I let them out. But see, the chickens mess with me though. They love me because every time they come outside, they know they're going to get fed good. Right. I'm not saying that my kids and everybody else don't feed them right, but I don't know. They seem to gravitate towards me a little bit more. I don't know. It's just, we get a chance to hang out a little bit. And I can't even believe I'm saying that. People are going to start listening to this and be like, what the hell is he talking about?
You got it. So what you're saying is you got a gang of chicken heads. That's what you're saying to me, right?
We got a gang of chickens, and then and we got some ducks. On top of that, bro, we got two full-grown turkeys. Okay. One of them just passed away. Rest in peace, Priscilla, because she was dope. Like, she was my homie, but she passed away last week and stuff. And that was pretty funny. She passed away, and it was really raining outside and stuff. And I was over at the barn doing workouts. Don't judge me on this. Don't judge my kids on this. So anyway, so Isla comes running over to the barn. She's soaking wet because it's raining all bad outside. She comes in and tells me, she's like, Dad, Priscilla died. And I'm like, in the moment, I'm feeling sad about it because Isla really, really has a big heart when it comes to animals there, right? And there's been a couple of chickens that have passed like throughout the years and things, and she's taken it pretty hard.
Right.
So when she first told me that, my initial response was, how are you? You know what I mean? Just like, because I was waiting to see if she was going to get teary-eyed, if there was going to be a different change in her tone, if she was
natural reaction,
just like trying to be there for her. And she goes, oh no, she died. We threw her in the trash.
Oh, damn.
I was low and like, hey, I was trying not to laugh, so I had to turn my face and was like, what did you say?
She was trying to clean up, man. Let that girl.
She's trying to clean, yeah. And then they had to go, and then they had to retrieve it, go bury it because it was not, we decided to bury it and stuff, and so they had to do that. But her first response about just so nonchalant, like, yeah, threw it in the trash. Wait, what you mean just threw it in the trash? Like, and so she come in there all wet and stuff. Oh, it was pretty fun. But being out here, there are definitely stories that I could go on for days just about the kids and just doing that. So, like I said, you got to come and bring the fam out just for like a weekend and just see it because it's pretty comical more than anything is what it is. So that's
awesome.
That's what awesome. It is. So.
Well, since we've already taken this damn podcast off the rails and people are like, what the hell is wrong with these boys? Let's get into some football talk. We had a pretty good weekend of college football this weekend. It was Ohio State had a big game. It was 3 versus 7.
Did they play Penn State?
Penn State, yep. Okay. And I'm gonna tell you right now. So we got this young quarterback, and he's working through some things. Our defense is legit, like they are good, but he was out there missing some throws that it was frustrating. I'm at Isaiah's basketball tournament, so I'm watching the game while I'm watching, Isaiah play. And there was a couple of times, bro, he missed a couple of throws, and I let out some words. And I
lost it in the gym. Look at you.
Check myself, bro. And Jen was sitting next to me, and she's looking at me like, yo, you gotta relax, man. Because normally I watch the game from my home, so I can yell, I can scream, I can curse all day. And I just lost it. I didn't know. I forgot where I was, man. But he got it done. Luckily, we got Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, that always helps.
Dude, he's a monster, bro. He's a straight monster. So
I mean, his dad was in all those years when he played with the Colts when Peyton was quarterback, and that connection was that was a duo right there.
So he's good. We got that dub. Did you see the Michigan State game and what happened over there?
I didn't see the game. I heard that. I read the article about them. Stealing signs now? So what this is?
No. So that came out I think the day before, 2 days.
Oh, okay.
Before.
So there's something different then.
Yeah, so they had that. Michigan State fans just letting them have it, talk about stop stealing our signs, blah blah blah.
Right.
But Michigan smacked Michigan State, so that, like the game was like not exciting at all, right?
Right.
These idiots, man. Somebody in their athletic department, they said they have a third party company who does like their video board stuff. So they have, in between timeouts and stuff, they show stuff on their big screen on the big board. Well, at some point during the game, they threw up a damn trivia that had asked the question, "What country is Adolf Hitler from?" And they showed a picture, had him up on the video board. Like, who getting fired? Somebody getting fired.
Oh, yeah. Somebody forgot to erase that one, or they forgot their save as is what they did. And they ended up keeping that same thing on there. Oh wow, that's
like why would you think that would be okay? Like, somebody's got to be screening these questions.
A good trivia question out of football. I don't know. Yeah,
just dumb, bro. So that was that. I saw that on Twitter as I was watching. So I turned on after the Ohio State game. I was watching the Alabama and Tennessee game.
Tennessee should have won that game.
Tennessee, bro.
Man,
like,
they
my God,
ball on that, man.
You on the road in Tennessee and you up 13 at halftime and you blow that? Like, come on, man. Like, you're not gonna get many opportunities like that.
No, especially not against Alabama. Like, just you're not going, like, you got to play damn near perfect just to be up by that much. You can't. That's a team that you can't afford to make mistakes against. Or if you got a game plan that's working, then you better stick to it until they absolutely figure out what you're trying to do, because they're just too coached. I mean, they're just a well coached team. They got too many league players that are on that team. You know what I mean? You can't make mistakes against those kind of teams.
No. So that was frustrating to watch, because I mean I don't really care. I mean, I'm not an Alabama fan or a Tennessee fan.
Right.
You know how you kind of, and I know a lot of people get tired of hearing about Ohio State, but I'm like that with Alabama. Like I'm just done with you. I'm sick of you.
Right. I'm done talking about y'all. That's it.
Because they just think they so better than everybody else.
Right. And then so when you have a chance to put them down and then you don't, it just kind of reinforces like, I'm tired of hearing about these teams. Yeah, right.
Missed opportunity. So that was that. What other games was good this weekend? Oh, USC and Utah. Utah just owns USC, bro.
Yeah, what is that? Did they own him or did they own Caleb Williams? I mean, what is that? What, twice now that they beat him right?
3 in a row. That's
three, right. Okay, right.
Their USC is about as bad defensively as anybody.
And you remember we talked about that like on the first or the second podcast about how their offense was really good, but at some point you're gonna have to get a stop.
Right.
So you can't just keep relying on your quarterback to have to make all these plays to keep you guys in the game, because it's like at some point defense has got to get a 3 and out, or at least or a couple of successions of those, to where that way that offense can start to get into a groove and stuff or whatever. When you're just trying to just score back and forth, all of a sudden it's like if Caleb Williams and USC, if they don't score one, then it's almost like, well, Utah's going to take it and that they're going to score because there's no defense to back it up. So
and that's the thing. So they go down, they score late. Caleb Williams goes and runs in for a late touchdown, but there was like a minute 40 to go. And it's like, here's your chance, USC. Here's your chance
to get a stop.
Show up, like to get one stop. And
or just
I'm sitting there
crossing the 50, and so they can kick the field goal. Like, just that's
yeah. And I'm texting my man Freddie. Freddie, I know you listening. I appreciate you listening. He's a big USC fan, and he was just like, our defense sucks. And I'm just like, man, this ain't gonna end well. And they had opportunities. Then they get a 15-yard penalty for roughing the passer,
right,
to keep the drive alive. And then it was like third and 9. And they got to get one stop, and they let the quarterback run for 23 yards.
He did, yeah. He broke that whole, and it went up that sideline there too. That quarterback what's the Bryson? I can't remember what his last name. Oh man, yeah, he was nice.
Yeah,
he was nice.
Utah's just tougher, man. That's crazy that it's been that way. But like Whittingham, he got that program. Them dudes, like, they are tough. They'll hit you in the mouth and keep hitting you in the mouth
and keep doing it there too. Yeah,
you know what I mean.
The culture thing over there. I mean, like that's what it is. You can tell that they've got an instilled culture on both sides of the ball, offense and defensively.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you got guys that are playing together, and that's what you end up seeing like that. You end up coming back and trying to win a game like that. That's because you got both sides that are playing for each other.
Yeah,
which is awesome. Yep. Which is really awesome.
Good for them. Good for them.
And then what? UW won this weekend. But they kind of squeaked by Arizona State though.
Yeah. And so Schwab was at the game, right?
Okay.
Our boy Schwab, right?
Schwab?
So he goes to the game. He's texting me. That place, the stadium, man, is beautiful. That's a good looking stadium, and they love their dogs up there. Yeah. So he's texting me. And they have what, 3? I think they had 3 turnovers in the first half. I texted him. I said, "Yo, bro, y'all playing ASU?" And he's like, and we got this thing, whether it be college or NFL, when things start going bad, we just send each other a text and says,
"Oh, you got to."
I hate football.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you got to. Yeah, it's just
so they barely got by. ASU is like. I appreciate what Whittingham's trying to do as far as like develop a culture and no back down, and we're gonna be ultra aggressive. But there's certain times, bro, you just need to kick a field goal. Like all this going for it on 4th down, bro.
Right.
You gotta stop, man.
Yeah.
Like it's annoying to watch because they've had opportunities. We saw them in person. They had opportunities, but it's just like sometimes just kick the field goal. Like,
right.
Take the points and get a stop. No,
it's like you want to be play who likes to play Madden a lot. It'd be like 4th and 11.
Yeah,
kick it, bro. Just come on. You know you're not getting. Yeah, just come on. Just trying to run the play action and throw it long. Get out of here.
Right.
Running cover 3 or so. I'm just gonna send everybody back. You're not throwing it long against me. Just quit. Just kick it so we can just keep this game going. Right.
Yep. So that was it, man. It was good. It was a good football weekend, man. For college football, and then we had the Major League Playoffs, the baseball playoffs. And Diamondbacks is still in it. They had 3 games here over the weekend. Came back in Game 4 to win it, and then Game 5 we just got boat race, man.
Was that the one? Was that last night?
That was 2 nights ago.
Yeah, 2 nights
ago.
Yeah.
Yep. And they just
Bryce Harper hit that bomb in the
bro.
Man,
bro. Hey, here's my thing. Like, I don't know, and I know it's all situational, but like Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper, they don't miss pitches. They don't miss.
No, like, you got to pitch to them like you throw to Barry Bonds. You didn't. You just walked him and just put him on the base. Right? Yeah, forget all that. No,
Bro, both of them dudes hit nukes. Like, I was like, yo, this is brutal. This is demoralizing.
Right.
They were bombs, man. So they play tonight, Game 6, in Philly. We gotta try to get one more to send it to Game 7.
Hey, so is Game 7 going to be in Philly, or they're going to be back in Arizona?
Yeah, it's 2.
Okay, so the next 2 are going to be there.
2-3-2 thing. Okay. Yeah. And then over on the American League side, the Battle of Texas, the Rangers.
Hey, those 2 9th innings.
Yo,
man, hey, whoa, what?
Yes.
Like Altuve in the one, he hit the 3-run 9th. It was like 1 out. I mean, he's one of those guys right now too. Like they're like during the playoffs, you don't pitch to him.
No,
I'm sorry. Like he's shown it over the course of how many years that Astros have been in the playoffs and they've won the World Series at least 2 times in the last couple of years.
Yep.
And I mean he's always been just the integral part of that. You don't throw it to him, and it's funny because he don't look much.
Bro, if you were walking down the street, would you recognize him?
No. Hey, but the crack of the bat though when he hits his hand speed is just, I mean, he turns over on that ball so fast and then things are gone. And then yesterday, I can't remember what the guy's name was.
For the Rangers?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it hit Grand Slam at the end. I was
oh, man.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that's been a fun series. I mean, it's actually been good baseball.
Right.
And I think a lot of people didn't think they were like, Diamondbacks, Phillies, not big media.
Right.
Boring, but they've been exciting, and then the Texas series is just as exciting.
Exactly.
So,
right.
I mean, it's made for a good October, that's all people want.
That's all you want right there. Yeah. You want like 2 teams that are playing it out, and I mean, going this deep into a series though just solidifies just confirms the teams that are in there and that they should have been in there, and then it just made for a great series. I mean, we're talking about Game 6 tonight with the Phillies, and then is it Game
7 tonight too?
Oh, see, right, yeah, Game 7. Like, come on now.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good Monday night of baseball.
I mean, like, that's what you want. I mean, it just if anything else, you just want to play hard enough to where you can get to Game 7, figure it out.
Yep. And then we got Sunday fun day. I honestly, this is one of those weekends where I wasn't really too much into the NFL. I mean, it sums it up right there. The Cards lose again. We suck. We suck again. Like, bro, man, they're a hard watch. They kind of like ASU. Like, they do all these little good things, but then when it comes down to it, you just can't get it done. You know?
Right.
And they trying. They just need more playmakers.
Are they trying to get the first lottery pick? Is that what they're trying to do?
They might be doing that on the slide, bro. Are they taking?
Right. Yeah. Right. Bring somebody on and just confirm and say, hey, we got some questions that we need to ask.
Right. And then they talk about, like, Kyler Murray started practicing this past week, so they brought him back. And I don't know. I'm not a Kyler Murray fan. Like, he annoys me. Like, I kind of want to punch him in the face, to be honest. Like, he's not a good leader. He hasn't shown anything that he can, like, I mean, he's had a few moments, but, like, I'm not buying it. So, like, if he comes back, okay, but I hope he don't get hurt again because I just want to trade him. I don't want his trade value.
Right now that they got in for him.
They got Dobbs, Joshua Dobbs.
Where's he? Where did he go to school at?
He went to Tennessee.
Okay.
So he's been in the league. This is his 7th year. He was in Pittsburgh originally as a backup there. And he does his thing. He doesn't have a lot of weapons. Like, he's got 2 receivers that he can really trust. Hollywood Brown, and then our tight end. Golly, why can't I think of his name? Ertz.
Yeah.
Zach Ertz.
Okay.
So it's just, I mean, they lost. So then again,
whatever. Who'd they play?
They were up in Seattle. They played the Seahawks.
Oh, okay. There it goes. Yeah. All right.
Which I'm glad. Like, again, I was at the gym yesterday for Zay's tournament, so I was there. Corey was at a tournament for his kids. Is normally Corey be popping off. Corey will send me texts like talking about the Hawks, and I'm like, don't talk to me about the Seahawks, bro. Like, they I can't stand him. Like, he gets on my nerves. So, luckily neither one of us was in a position where we watched actually most of the game.
Right.
The second half, but and then the Broncos won a game. Like,
there you go.
And look, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm only mentioning this because of the wife. Jen, I love you. I want to give your team some props. They won a game. But here's the funny thing. I don't even know who they played. I don't know who they played. I just know that they won. Like, and I wasn't going to look it up. I don't care.
You just know that they won. That was it. And I was like, you know what? Something is different about this Sunday here at the house.
Right.
Must have won. Right.
Right. They won a game. So good on them. Good on them. Russell Wilson, you doing your thing, boy.
That's funny.
And then, we didn't get a chance to talk about last week because we didn't get a chance to get together. But, like, this thing with Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, bro, tell me what you think. Give me your thoughts on it.
I mean, I don't know. It's kind of one of those, like, I'm not quite sure why she's so important to football right now.
Right.
I don't understand it. Like, that's the part, because that's the first part. If they dating, fine, whatever. Who cares? Like, it just whatever. That's like that's y'all's business. But it's
it's Swiftie Nation, man. It's Swiftie Nation.
I mean, that's a thing. Like, that is a thing. I mean, it's for real. Like
we talking about it right now, and I'm like, I need to watch my words.
Let's be careful about what you're saying.
They're gonna come for you, bro.
I'm not knocking Taylor Swift. I just want to know why she's so important at a football game. Now, if this was a concert, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a concert, but her and then Brittany Mahomes got the choreographed handshake down too.
Did you see that?
And then they hit.
I saw that, bro. I almost threw something, man. I'm like, they going too far with this now, boy.
Right.
Look, it's just crazy. And I'm a big Travis Kelce fan. Like, dude.
Oh no, he's nice. Oh, he's real nice.
He's legit. And more power to him, man. Like, you getting on with
right, yeah. Do your thing.
Do your thing, man. Do your thing.
Right.
But And he's benefited from it because, like, he was already a popular dude, right? So, like, he already had commercials and stuff. But you cannot tell me that there ain't been an uptick in his commercial. Like,
hey, not just that. Okay, so I went shopping. What was it? So this was like the beginning of the craze, right? That was going on. I was shopping with Z. This has had to be like 2 weeks ago. They got him and they got Taylor Swift on separate Doritos bags. Now, have you seen that?
Oh my God!
Like, no, just like now he's on the Doritos bag. Like, that's crazy to me,
bro.
That's nuts. I mean, it just I mean, she obviously has some star power. I mean, obviously, because they are cutting to her every single time that something on the offense side happens, especially if that's Kelsey catching the ball. Like, they're cutting to her. Yeah, and she's being over exaggerated, being so excited about the game or whatever. Maybe she knows the game, maybe she doesn't. I'm not here to speculate about that. I'm not doing it. Not gonna do it. Not hate.
But hold. Did you see though? Like the mom's interview when she was like, they asked Travis Kelce's mom about how she felt about it.
No, what'd she say?
She was like, "It's okay. Like, it's kind of annoying sometimes."
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I don't think my Dukes is on. Like, she's putting up with it, but she like annoyed. Like, and she already got 2 football boys, so know she's one of those moms that she'll pop off. You know what I'm saying?
Right. If you're not doing what you're supposed to do, like, she gonna let you know about it there too.
So I'm just waiting. It's one of those. I feel bad for like their relationship because, like, if it's genuine, cool. Like, more power to you. Hope it works out. Mm-hmm. But I feel like they're gonna come across that road where, Mama Kelsey gonna have some words, and that's gonna be an issue. We're gonna hear about that. We're gonna hear about it.
Right. Or something should happen, and then they don't. Like, I hope the next album isn't all about Kelsey, because then it's gonna hey, bro, let's not do that. Let's not do that at all.
Hey, he walked into this. He should. I hope he knows what he got into, boy.
Hey, but the Chiefs yesterday, though, dog, just real quick, just on like a side, or not, this shouldn't be a side note. She should be the side note. But in the game right there yesterday, man, they are so just, when you watch them play, bro, like, it's fun watching the Chiefs play. Like, they kind of like, it's, I don't know, it kind of a little reminiscent of like how Peyton used to be, except for Peyton's was different because he'd be at the line and he could see what the defense was doing. So he would just make calls and then he would make plays. Like, Andy Reid is, man, that his coaching, and then with how he connects with Mahomes and how they're able to kind of do that together. I mean, and then all the weapons that they got there too. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, it
doesn't matter who it is.
It don't matter. Like, and it's crazy because 2 years ago they had Tyreek Hill, right? And then they won the Super Bowl. And then he goes to the Dolphins, and you're thinking, oh well, shit, here it goes. Now it's kind of one of those ones where, okay, now we can really see if Pat Mahomes is that dude, because now you don't got your number one receiver, and I don't know, he's still showing that he's that dude. I mean, with the exception of that, what they lose Monday night, the first game to the Colts,
to the Lions,
and who else didn't play that game in the first game? I mean, like, they've ran off and they've scored, and their defense though, like they're not even allowing more than 20 points a game, and that's crazy. Like, going, that defense is pretty good, man. So
it's been crazy because like you say, I mean, it's become a backdrop to the season, the actual team, because of the relationship. But like, they are starting to hit their groove, and like, people better take notice. You know what I mean? It's like, and same could be said for like Baltimore,
right? I was just gonna say
like Philly, like these teams, and there's a lot of parity. I mean, there's last week the Dolphins. Not the Dolphins. The 49ers lost. So like, that was the last undefeated team last weekend, which was crazy. They lost to the Browns. That was weird. Right. But there's a lot of good teams, man. So it's gonna be fun to watch, like, as we get later on in the season, how the playoff really picks up and how these teams get matched up, because like, you got some dudes, like some quarterbacks that can make plays, and some defenses that, like, boy, they physical, boy. Which is fun. It's fun. Makes for
and then at that the Eagles and the Dolphins game last night too. I mean, that one was, Jalen Hurts is, I feel like he just keeps getting better. Like, and he looked like he was hobbling a little bit, like he might be like going going through an injury or whatnot. But he was out there taking hits and still making plays. And I mean, like, you looked at their team though, and I think the score was at one point, I think it might have been 24-17. I believe, and you look, and I mean, this was deep into the third quarter. They got no penalties,
none.
Like, again, like, I don't know if like you're watching the little things on that, but I mean, those kind of teams right there that don't make mistakes.
Nope, don't hurt themselves.
Those ones are hard to beat because they're just, they're just going to take their time marching down the, marching down the field. They're going to take time off the clock. Then they're going to score. Their defense is good. So then now you're trying to score quick to try to, get back, and they're just going to, move it again slower.
Yeah.
And they've got a nice little recipe over there that's going on. And it was cool to see. I forgot that they had Julio Jones. I was watching the game. I said, wait a minute, the Jones.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's another just big time receiver that they can have. Like he might not be the same Julio Jones of old, but he still got the size and the hands, and that's all that you need.
Yeah.
That's all that you need right there. So that was.
Hey, and this is a side note. We're gonna go off script again. I got a question because this just might be, I might be exposing myself, but I'm sure that there's husbands and men out here. Like, you ever be watching the game with like Lex or something like that, and there's certain players that come on the screen, and you want to turn the channel. You're like, I don't want my wife looking at this man. Jalen Hurts, man, like every time Jalen Hurts he make me feel bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a good looking dude. Like I don't want my wife. It's like, yo, we used to go to Diamondbacks game, and my wife was a big David Peralta fan, right? She liked the way his pants fit. Right? I'm like, yo, so I mean, be watching the game, and I'm like, you know what? Let me turn this channel real quick. Let me just do a little swap.
Right. Yeah. Let me see what's on that other channel.
Yeah, real quick. Don't be getting no ideas. Don't be need to be looking at that. I'm telling you, bro. I'm just saying, bro. These things that happen in marriage, bro. It happens.
Yeah, no, that's I know she don't do that because she don't watch much sports. She's not really, which is kind of nice. And I think that gives us a little bit of balance at home because we're not always just, that's why we've got chickens and I've got other shit that's going on outside because we're not just always just doing that, Yeah, she does like Henry Cavill though, Superman. I mean, she there
you go. See,
so, that's where I'm just like, okay, yeah, but that's
Yep. No, I hear you. Well, I know you were curious as to what happened when we went to Vegas.
Tell us about the Vegas trip, man. Let's go. Yeah, tell us about it.
So, Border League, man, great experience. Again, like we went out there. We went 2-2. We lost the first game in overtime. Shouldn't have lost that. Missed about a bazillion free throws. Ended up losing by like 6 in overtime. I literally think we lost. We missed 15 free throws.
Right.
One of them games.
Hard games to win at any level if you can't make it.
Yeah. So we show up on the Saturday morning, and we thought we knew who we were going to play because we watched them lose the game before us, right? So it's one of those brackets, who you matched up
with. Right.
We show up on Saturday morning, and there's this team warming up on the other end, and I'm like, that ain't the team that we supposed to play. So we get down to warm up. The clock is ticking. I walk down the other end. I say, hey, coach, I think you might be on the wrong court. And he goes, nah. He's like, yeah, man, we're filling in for the team because they can't play something religious related, so they weren't playing. So I'm like, oh,
was it Sunday?
No, it was Saturday. I think they were being Seventh-day Adventists or something.
Oh, okay, right.
So they weren't playing. So this team is filling in. Turns out this team is Copper Canyon from Utah, right? Yeah, probably one of the top 3 teams in Utah this coming year. They got a 4-star kid that's about 6'6", that's maybe 6'8", wing. It's got offers from Pac-12 schools, all this. They got a 6'9" kid that just a freak athlete, and they just got a bunch of shooters. You could tell they're just a good team. So they come out and they just punch us in the mouth right away. They come out, whop, and hitting threes everywhere. And we're down by 15 at one point. And then we turned it around, man. Amari started getting loose. He's making plays. And other guys, we got guys hitting shots. And we end up, that was the game I sent you that Amari.
Right.
So that was a highlight. It was a cool thing to happen for our team. And it just, they had beat the Millennium from out here, who is probably the number 1 team in our division.
Oh, really? Okay.
So it was good for our guys to know that they could, play with them and obviously have some success. And then, we finished up 2-2, like I said, but just a lot of good basketball out there, a lot of good different styles. The one thing that I wanted to get into in addition to that, it's like, I don't know what's going on, right? I blame social media. I do blame social media for this. But to me, it seems like every damn high school kid in America is going, if he gets a dunk, he got to flex on somebody. Like every kid, like you, bro, right here, look. I'm gonna pop off on my own son here. I'm gonna give him a highlight. I'm gonna show y'all a highlight, and y'all can just watch the end of this play, and then. But this is like what we're seeing. So hold on, real quick. Let me get this teed up. Here we go. So here he goes.
Oh, I think I saw this one. Here's the lob. Yeah. Give it to him. Give it to him. Give it to him.
But watch it. Why you gotta be?
Oh, right this way. Get off me. Get off me.
God,
get off me.
Every kid does this. Like, and the thing about it is, like, they get these nice dunks, they make these nice plays, but they like when they flex, they be like squaring up, like they want to be like they in the streets. Like I'm like, yo, I'm all about having emotion and all that stuff. Right. But at some point, and you said this to me earlier, it's like act like you've been there before.
Right.
I'm tired of it, man. Like
what are you flexing for? Like the flex doesn't give you an extra point, right?
No.
It don't give you an extra point, right?
No.
It doesn't do much but try to just put a whole bunch of attention on you in that one. Like great play. Like I'm not even knocking Amari. Like I get it because I mean like it's an emotional play. So and so he gets it. He lob gets the dunk or whatever. But yeah, I mean we want to say that it's a part of the game, right? And we want to say we want kids to play. We want to do that, but it's like at some point it's like when is it too much? Yes. When is it too much, right? Now what team was that you guys are playing?
That was that game. Oh, so that was against a team from New Mexico. That was our last game. Okay. And that game got heated. There was almost a fight.
So then you right. So kind of one of those ones where like you know a little bit more context on like, okay, why is the flex so like you want to fight him so much? I mean, now you're saying, well, it got heated. There's probably chippiness. There was some, like some trash talking, maybe even between the coaches. I don't know. I'm sure that the fans probably got involved in it, like it somehow or something, because that's how it is. So, and those ones, I'm not saying that I condone it. I'm saying I understand given the situation, but again, it can't always be about the flex though. Like there's some times where like kids will just do. I mean, they'll be up 20,
right,
in the game over, and like you slap glass on the layup, and like it's like what you flexing for? Like game over. Like it been over.
And my problem with it is, and again, I'm all about emotion. So there's part of me that enjoys like when I see it happen. It like you say the context that it happens, but a lot of the times the kid. Athlete, whoever makes the play, and they got to turn and they're flexing at somebody, right?
Right.
And here's my thing. With club basketball, they let a lot of stuff go. But when you get in the high school season, the minute you do that, it's a T.
It's a T, right.
And you're hurting your team. So it's like it's one of those things where I wish club officials would start enforcing that because I think that would tone things down. I think there's a lot of I've seen a lot of games get chippy because the officials are letting that stuff go.
They're letting too much flexing and things like that happen.
Right.
And
again, we're all about them, like letting them play with emotion and have fun and express themselves. But like, if you do that so many times, then you're asking for bad things to happen, and you're teaching the kids that it's okay to do once they get back to their high school season.
Right.
That's just not going. It ain't going to fly. It's just not.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Right.
So,
and again, they're too like trying to keep the thing into like context or whatever. Like if it is something like that, if we're talking like high school kids and kids that are trying to, get looked at by schools, Division I, Division II, Division III, whatever, like whatever that it is.
Yep.
I guess in the moment, given the context, I guess you can understand. But if it's happening in other times where like it would just be so much easier to just make the dunk and then just give the ball to the ref and get back. Or point to the teammate because he made the lob or whatever, and just like get back, because that's the kind of stuff that they're going to be looking at as well there too. So you don't want to try to make it all about yourself like all the time because yes, you can go have fruit snack. Go. Sorry, I got to be a little. Oh, get out of here, man. Sorry, but it made me lose my train of thought. But like just don't get so caught up just in the just in the emotions of the game, because those are those one or two times that we talked about there before, like where like the coaches are looking for that. You know what I mean? Right. So I got to think that a competitive coach at that point is looking at that game like, oh, that was a pretty good, that was a pretty good one. If they're there watching the whole game now too, again, because we talked about this, right? If a coach is in there watching the whole game, they can, they can tell the other two coaches that just came in or something, hey, this one's been chippy, and then that's that's one thing. But coach just walks in and they just see just the steal, and then a steal that goes into a transition lob for a dunk, and then you're flexing, but they don't know what's going on. All of a sudden they're like, what was the flex about?
Right.
What's this about? You know what I mean?
You never know.
You never know who's watching or when they're watching,
and what their perspective is,
or how they're gonna interpret it once it like goes on there too. So that's Hey, but let me ask you real quick. So kind of going back on that Copper Canyon game, you said that you guys were down at one point, like 15, I think is what you said, right?
Yeah.
So just from a coaching standpoint, and just having players and things like that, and like you got a program and culture that you're building. What's the mindset? What's the talk like in the huddles during the timeouts and things like that when you are down 15, to a team? Like, whether or not it's a good team or bad team, what's the talk like? What's the vibe like from the coaches to the players in your guys' circle? And then what's the vibe like, I guess, on the opposite side from the players to the coach?
Yeah, I think for us, like in that situation, it was like they came out and they hit shots early, right? And we were missing everything early. It wasn't that we weren't executing. It was just
shots weren't falling.
Shots weren't falling, right? And so we always start with the defense. Like, how can we cut down on their open looks? Like, have better communication when we switch with our tag and talk, right? Making sure that when we trap ball screens, that we got somebody rotating on the roller, right? And so it's correcting those little things, and we always try to talk about getting 3 stops in a row,
right?
And because one, that's a momentum thing, because you get 3 stops in a row, the other team gets a little,
right. Starts messing with the mental up here, right?
Yeah, and on the flip side, it gives you more confidence offensively. Maybe you get some transition buckets. Maybe it just helps with your overall half court.
Start to play a little bit more free out there too, because you know that once you get back, you're going to get a stop because you guys are connected on the defensive end.
Yep, and so that's what we did. We just locked in on the defensive end, and then we kept telling our guys, you got a shot, you be ready to shoot it and shoot it with confidence. And then attack the paint with confidence. And so our bigs started attacking their bigs, getting them in foul trouble. We're getting to the line. We're actually making free throws. Right. But it just all came together, and little by little, we just kept chipping away. We actually took the lead, and then they came right back down and made a shot, which the ebb and flow of the game. But our guys at that point, by the time when it got it from 15 to 8 to 4, like at that point, our guys were like, we got them. Like
right.
And again, they were there playing. So they were there playing in the Super 16 bracket, right? So they were just filling in. They were playing in the second highest bracket. So they weren't expecting a game.
They thought they were just going to come in here and then just roll y'all. That's what they thought.
And so as the game gets tighter, and we see this all the time, the team that's expected to win, they start playing real tight, playing not to make mistakes. Every shot that they take has a little bit more pressure on it. And so we just kind of grinded away. And our guys just, again, offensively just started. We had guys step up and make shots.
Right.
And it was a good performance for us heading into the season, because I think it showed our guys what we're capable of, and I think they know that we're good. But like when you play a team like that and you beat them, it just confirms that belief,
right? That you're as good as what you think that you are, especially from the way that you've been practicing, and just go out here and get a chance to showcase it there too. Like that's good. No, that's awesome. But you said that once the game got to about 4, got to about 4 points or whatever, that it was like the guys started feeling it. Like what did you see differently from your guys that you hadn't seen earlier in the game? That was, just anything in specific, like extra guys diving on the ball. Were there more chances at charges taken? Were guys crashing more? Like what do you? We did.
We had some really good defensive possessions where guys were just able, they were trying to isolate some of their better players, right? And
Uh-huh.
our guys were just locked in and just were keeping them in front of them. They couldn't
Right.
do anything. And then, you know, we had a couple, our bigs, our 2-5s, had some great help side blocks where, like, the type of blocks that make you think again about going into the lane. You know what I mean? It's
right.
already
So difficult once you get inside, right?
Yeah, like it was hard enough for you to get to the basket because,
but now you're like, oh shoot, where's he
and
coming
now
from?
you get somebody blocking your shot, so now you're really thinking about it.
Especially when it's a weak side one, and from the offensive standpoint, you're not even thinking he's going to be there. Then,
right.
Then out of nowhere he comes, you're like, damn, where'd he come from? You know, and so next time when you go to the basket, now you know what? I think I'm gonna kick out for this one. Somebody else got to go drive because I'm not getting my shit tossed again.
And we took a couple of charges, which is always a staple for us. Like you got to take charges, and we had some key offensive foul calls that we were able to get. But you can tell you've been around the game where you look at your team and the body language and the look in their eye, like they're locked in and they are confident, like, you know, we ain't going nowhere. Y'all you messed up and you done got in the ring with a bear and now let's go. You know what I mean?
So, you kept poking and so now we're coming at you. So that's that's the thing. So then, like at the game, you said that at the very beginning of the game, they start hitting shots, you know, bam, bam, bam. Sounds like one of those ones that's trying to bury a team early. You know what I mean? Try to like demoralize them early from just, you know, getting into a quick rhythm early. And so that way that you can get up to where hopefully that the team doesn't want to play.
Right.
And then as the game's going on, sounds like from what you're saying, you guys upped your pressure. You guys stayed consistent more than anything is what it sounds like.
Absolutely.
With what it was that you guys were doing. And then also there too on those games there too, like those ones are always fun to watch and play because, you know, a team will get hot early and then you also got to factor in the law of averages, right? Like they're not going to keep hitting those shots. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're going to come out on fire, but you're not going to stay on fire for the whole entire game. At least, you know, typically not for every, you know, not for most good teams. I mean, they're going to have a good stretch in that first half where they got on fire, maybe even go all the way to halftime. But it's like once you make those adjustments, then all of a sudden you start seeing a couple misses. And then just like you said, things start to tighten up. But it's like it's one of those ones where even if you're down early, but you really enjoy the flow of what's going on, like the flow of the game, right? Because you're not going to make all the shots. But if you're taking shots that are within what you guys practice on a daily, the consistency on that, you got to live with it because you know that at some point the ball's going to fall your way.
The ball's going to fall.
We just got to make sure that we just keep continuing to be consistent with our efforts and our attacks and what we practice and preach on every day, and just hope that we can, just like you said, try to get 3 stops in a row, try to get those in succession to where now that way that's gonna open up some opportunities for some of your guys to get loose. And all you need to do is see the ball going once or twice, and all of a sudden the guys are like, wait a minute, you know, and then things just start to change right there. So
well, and again, early on, it was the kid's name is Brady Kozlowski, and he came out, he hit 3 shots, and it was like he hit one, like the third one, he looked over, he turned around and looked at our bench, and I'm like, golly, he was stroking that thing. I was like, oh, so but like it's a personnel thing, right? So you see a guy that's making shots and in rhythm, we decided like, yo, we're gonna make him put the ball on the floor. We're gonna
disrupt the rhythm, right? Exactly. Run
him off the line and make him put the ball on the floor and see if he can get buckets the other way. And so we just made everything difficult for him. Like he didn't have any open looks, and we were, again, the communication on pin down screens, guys were switching off, and so he wasn't getting that space to get that shot off. And him being the focal point of what they do, you know, like once we were able to kind of disrupt that timing and that rhythm, it really helped our defense and you know, put some of their other guys in positions where they had to make plays
where they've got exactly right. I was just kind of thinking about when you were talking about just like pin down screens, like you'd almost want to be in a situation where you got both guys talking or over talking so much that they both switched out onto him, and you allow somebody else to get open just because, like, listen, you're not going to make any more.
You're not going to beat us.
You're not doing it. Like somebody else better beat us because it's not going to be you. You know what I mean? Because those are ones you can just talk about during like the timeout and stuff. But if like during those same timeouts, you're like, hey, we're switching the pin down, or I need you to, you know, you got to trail that and then be there when he gets it. So that way, now that you make him put that thing on the ground, and then when he doesn't, and then now he's able to break away to just get a shot off. That's when you're like, okay, wait a minute, like guys, we've got to be consistent with with the way that we're trying with just our game plan more than anything else. You know what I mean? If you're not consistent with that, you can't just go out there and just try to just be willy nilly out there and just decide to go rogue and do your own thing. It's just not going to work.
It's not going to work.
So
that's what you want. I mean, you just want when you got 5 guys on the floor at one time that are connected, right? Mm-hmm. Both with their physical action and their communication, like that lends to success typically, And then when you have guys coming off the bench that are ready to go, they're locked in, like, and there's no drop off, right? So there's no lapses, and so that's what we kind of had, and it just led to a nice little comeback win.
Like the beautiful thing about that is that you can also you can take that and use that so many different ways. Like that could be a film session later on that talks about, look at how much that we were down, but watch our body language, how we never gave up on each other. Right. You know what I mean? Like even in certain situations where it might have seemed like that they had all the momentum going, like we're still pointing at guys when they made made like a good play. We're still like hustling over to kind of pick guys up. Guys on the bench are still connected. They're cheering for the guys from the bench. There's so many teaching tools that you guys can use for that. Then on top of it, just like you said, when you get the win, the confirmation of everything that you're doing just magnifies by whatever it is that you want to magnify by, because you were consistent with the entire effort as a unit. You know what I mean? It wasn't like that's a game like that where it's not one guy just popped off and you guys just won. Like that's where it's like it had to be a team. It had to be a concentrated team effort. Just just to try to get back into the game. And then you got to keep making those plays for each other out there. And then I mean that's got to, like, those wins right there those ones have to feel great. Not even just for the players, but for the coaches as well there too.
No, and the funny thing about that, it's like our team is kind of defined. We've got some main guys. Mari. We've got another kid, a senior, Aiden Schmidt, who's been through it. Like so, and the team kind of looks at those two as their leaders, right? But this team, they are very understanding of roles I would say like everybody knows their role and accepts their role, right? And so Amari was doing some good things offensively late. The shot that he made to win the game, like that was a baseline out of bounds play. We called the play to get one thing, right?
Mm-hmm. And I was going to say it looked like that. Yeah,
it was a broken play. It was a broken play,
right? Like, I was going to say it didn't look. Yeah, right.
Yeah. So you're down 2, and you gotta inbound under the basket, and we've got a set for that. We have a look. We were trying to get something right with him, like an early post up, because he had.
That's what I thought that you were looking at there too, because he threw it in and then he popped in the post up.
Yeah.
Right.
But the guard defended him really well and took almost, got it. He got his hands on the ball, deflected it, but there was like no panic. And so Jeremiah gets the ball, Mari gets out to the corner, swings it and right in rhythm. And all of that happened because everybody was confident like that we were going, whether we won it or tied it, we knew that we were going to get a bucket.
Exactly. Right.
So it all worked out, and is just like it could have been Aiden, it could have been any one of our other guys at that point in the game. I think there was so much confidence that we were going to get that done. It just happened that Amari hits a 3, and we win at the buzzer. So
now was Isaiah at the game? Because I thought I saw was Isaiah there in Vegas?
Yeah, he was there.
Okay. I was gonna say I thought I saw him getting lit for brother afterwards. And so
he was.
That's gotta be a cool moment for both of them there too. You know what I mean? Anytime that you got brother that's supporting brother or whatever, like that's huge. That's
No, he always hangs out with the boys, and he's one of the crew and they take him in like little bro.
That's awesome.
So like you say, it's a great experience for him, and gets him. He's excited for the season because he's like, man, you guys are going to be good, and Amari's going to be good, and all this stuff. It's fun, man. It's fun.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah, man. So, well, cool, man. Before we wrap up, have you been watching Gangs of London? Did you finish season 1?
You know what? After episode 7, the one I was telling you about, well, after episode 5, that was crazy. And then they got to 7. I hadn't watched it for a minute because, and this is what happened. And then just don't start judging. Don't start. No, stop. Don't even. I didn't say nothing yet. Wait, just okay. So I was doing a workout last week or 2 weeks ago, because it's about the last time that we had talked about it. And I was working this kid out named Charlie Kofler. Shout out to Charlie right there, my little 4th grader. Yeah, dude's gonna be nice when he gets older. Kid works, he's driven, Always got a smile on his face or whatever, just wants to be in the gym. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's just kind of one of those ones that, like, you really enjoy just being in the gym with, just because it's like he wants to get better. And he gets frustrated and he gets pissed off when things don't go his way and all that, which is obviously what kids are trying to, like, they're trying to battle through adversity and all that kind of stuff. But he's consistent and he shows up all the time and he wants to work there, right? So, so I'm like talking to his dad. Shout out Eric, hopefully there too. Talking to his dad, and because he had listened to our podcast on the first one when we started talking about shows and stuff, and I talked about The Wire. And he was like, "Man, I didn't know you talked about that you like The Wire." So we started talking about that, which just got the mind going again.
So you did a rewatch.
Oh, you did. I know. I was trying not to. I was trying not to, and now I'm like, oh, I'm stuck right now. I'm like, I'm right there at the end of the port season.
Oh man, that's season 4. That's season 4, right?
No, 2. That one's 2. 2 was when they got to the port. Remember, that was with Sabatka and the Greek, and that was with Avon was in jail for a little bit and all that. It's like, man, he started talking about how like that was like the best show on television that he's ever seen. He was talking to me about the characters that he really liked. And I'm trying not to get into it with him because I don't want, so I'm.
Hey, I can't fault you for that. I can't fault you for that.
So I've been watching The Wire. I'm just, man, I'm like, but I'm trying to get it done because I got to finish some other things. But I just like, it's so good though. Like you just sit there and watch it. It's like,
it's so good.
It's just so, yeah. So, so to answer your question, haven't finished Gangs of London. I will at some point. I'm going to try to see if I can finish it tonight, if I can keep myself away from, pressing yes. But there's just so much good stuff that's on that show, man. It's just, it's too hard to not want to watch, so
yeah. No, I don't fault you for that. I think I've watched The Wire 4 or 5 times.
Oh yeah,
trying to get Amari to watch it because I'm like, it's just a good show. There's so many things that you can learn.
Oh man, so much. Yeah.
You
got to be of the age there too, where you got to be able to understand like what's going on as well too. And I think he's probably of that age there, right? Like I couldn't have Aylin watch that at 12. Like you know what I mean? It just there'd be too much like. Look, you can't just ask me a question every 5 seconds about what's going on because you know what I mean? Like, no, like we got to wait till the comprehension a little bit better and, kind of like go that way with it. But but that's, that was a good one.
Gangs of London, I will say this. It gets wild, bro.
It's like every episode just like tries to outdo the previous one.
Yeah, but and I'm trying not to sound like I'm hating on the show because like the plot, like from where we talked about, like at season 1 through 5, 6, like it was crazy. Like, and I understood what was going on.
Right.
I'm just gonna tell you, when it gets to the end of season 1, you're gonna be like, "What in the hell just happened?"
Right.
And does it make sense or not? And so now I'm in season 2, and I'm just like.
All right.
I'm trying to stay on board with it, but it's kind of pissing me off. I'm not gonna lie. It's still good. It's still good, but it's just like y'all
it's kind of one of those ones where like you can't be too good to start.
Right.
Because you just set the bar just too high. Like you know what I'm saying? Like just like too high. Like did you ever watch Heroes?
No.
You never watch Heroes?
I didn't watch Heroes. Is that one of those was that on NBC?
Yes. Hey.
It's good.
Shout out Eddie Coggin. I know little E out there because we watch, man. This had to be years ago. I was back in town for spring break, and I was there at the house of Eddie. And was like, man, we need to go find something to watch because we were bored. It was too hot to do anything outside. You know how Phoenix be. It's like, well, we got to go find something to watch. So we went and just grabbed Heroes just on the off chance. Like, man, let's go see if this is gonna be any good or not, bro. When I tell you that we binged all 24 episodes in like a day and a half. Like just sat there.
What?
I mean, I felt like I was in the screen. Like I felt like I was turning into Peter Petrelli or somebody that was in it. Like it got crazy. And the first season was so good. Like it was, Commander, you got to watch it. I'm telling you, like, no, for real. Like, hey, just what now? Seasons 2, 3, and 4, like season 2, they had the writer strike. So they really cut it short. They tried to put too much in. And it was very short, so I wasn't crazy about that. Season 3 was good, and then they pivoted. I'm not going to get into all that. And 4 was just like, I don't know what's going on. Like, it was just it just kind of just went away from everything it was doing before. But that first season, though, like you just can't be that good the first time. It's like a True Detective. You watch True Detective?
Oh yeah.
That first season.
The first season was legit.
That first season was crazy.
Yeah.
That first season was like McConaughey and Woody Harrelson. Like they could make a show every single season, and I would just watch because those two, the chemistry and how they act together, that was nuts. And Matthew McConaughey just playing just out there detective that's just out of his mind. Like
weirdo.
Come on, he was made for that role.
Yeah.
Big time. Oh, that was
We just finished watching Jen and I was watching The Fall of House Usher.
I've been watching nothing scary, so nope, I ain't.
It's not that scary. I
saw the trailer. There was something with
It's got its moments, but it's fun. It's good. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth a while.
I'm sure it's good to watch in the daytime, is what you're trying to say. Because I ain't watching something like that at nighttime. No, I ain't doing it. Nope.
Oh my gosh.
I ain't doing it.
Well, I'm gonna check out. All right, I'm gonna check out Heroes, and then I'll come back and report.
And I'm not gonna check out the House of Usher. So don't. Just like this is not a tit for tat. Like find something else for me to watch because I ain't doing that. I don't like to watch things that make me have to watch cartoons afterwards to go to sleep. Like I don't want to. I'm not in that. That's not my thing.
Word. Well, hey, it was good to catch up with you.
Yes, sir.
And I'm glad that we got back to doing this. We are again. I'm working on something. I'm trying to get a guest here for the next in the next few episodes.
Okay.
First back. So hopefully that. Keep your fingers crossed out there, folks. But in the meantime, keep following the show. Subscribe, share, send it
out to everybody right there.
Send it to everybody. You can follow us on Instagram at the Hardwood Knuckleheads. Again, reach out. If there's something you want us to talk about, let us know.
DM us right there. You guys got our stuff down there. DM us. Let us know.
Slide into our DM, bro. Have you, yo? That makes me before we leave. Hey,
why you gotta end with that one? Like,
no, hold on. I know you see those commercials. God, I think it's a Geico commercial about it's the old man that's always teaching the older people how to not act old.
Right.
And he's got this a group of adults, and one of the guys is sitting there. He goes, "What does slide into the DMs mean? That sounds fun." That commercial gets me every time, bro. It's so funny. It's so funny, man. But hit us up in the DMs. Let us know. Comment. Just hit us up. We love it. We appreciate
basketball
y'all.
Related. Give us something to talk about there for sure.
Yeah, and we're about to hit. We're getting close to basketball season. College is right around the corner. High school, we start tryouts next Monday, so there'll be some high school talk. But yeah, NBA.
Yeah, we definitely got to do high school talk next week for sure.
I think NBA season starts tomorrow, right?
I think it starts tomorrow there too. Yeah,
opening night. Yeah. So yeah, man, lots to talk about. We're getting more into it. But until then, till the next time, just keep supporting. We appreciate y'all, and we'll see y'all next week.
Subscribe to that. With no technical difficulties, we're gonna be good.
With no technical difficulties. Let's just make sure that we can get it right.
Right.
All right, y'all. We out. Peace.